It always begins the same way. A quiet town, peaceful streets, people living ordinary lives, until someone disappears. No noise, no trace, just gone. Most residents believed their town was the safest place on earth, but that illusion shattered the night the first body was found. A young woman, missing for 2 days, discovered near an old abandoned road. No one realized it then, but this was only the beginning. A serial killer had arrived and he was watching everyone. The police had no suspects, no witnesses, and no clues. The body showed signs of careful planning, no fingerprints, no footprints, nothing left behind. Whoever the killer was, he knew exactly what he was doing. Days passed and people tried to move on, until another person vanished. This time a man walking home late from work. His phone was found on the sidewalk, screen cracked, recording still playing. But again, no trace of a struggle, no sign of the attacker. The town changed overnight. Doors were locked. Streets were empty after sunset. Parents stopped letting children play outside. It felt like the killer was everywhere, yet invisible. Panic began spreading faster than the news. Residents wondered, was the murderer someone they knew? Someone they greeted every day? A neighbor? A friend? Weeks later, the police discovered a horrifying pattern. Each victim had been met at night, at a moment when they were completely alone. The killer never rushed, never panicked. He waited in silent places, watching his victims long before he struck. Investigators were convinced they were dealing with someone highly intelligent, someone with knowledge of forensics, someone who planned every detail. Then came the clue no one expected. A strange symbol carved into a tree near the dumping site. At first it looked like random scratches, but detectives noticed something chilling. This same mark appeared again at the second crime scene. It was a message, a signature. The killer wanted them to know he was still there. By now the town was terrified. People whispered about a monster hiding in plain sight. Police patrolled night and day, but the killer was always one step ahead. A full month passed with no new victims. Everyone began to relax, believing it was over. But the killer was only waiting. On a rainy night, a taxi driver reported seeing a young boy alone on the roadside. When police arrived, they found the boy shaking, terrified, and pointing toward the woods. The search team entered the forest and found something that still haunts investigators today. A small underground shelter, hidden, cold, and filled with disturbing notes. Pages and pages describing how the killer followed his victims, what time they left home when they were alone. Pictures, newspaper clippings, and maps covered the walls. It was his hunting place. Before police could search further, they heard a sound behind them. Footsteps. The killer was there. A chase erupted through the dark woods. The suspect ran fast, knowing the paths better than anyone. Just when officers were close enough to grab him, he disappeared into the trees and vanished like a ghost. The manhunt lasted until morning, but there was no sign of him. Only his abandoned hideout remained. To this day, authorities never discovered his real identity. Some believe he moved to another city. Others think he still lives in the same town, hiding behind an ordinary face, shopping at the same stores, living a normal life. The symbol he carved was never decoded. The files remain open, waiting for a clue that will lead to the truth. People who lived through those nights say the same thing. Evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it looks like a neighbor. If you found this story chilling, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more real investigations, true crime stories, and mysterious documentaries. You never know which case might be solved next.